Struggling to lose weight with running, you're not alone. Many beginners face pain and injuries that force them to quit too soon. But what if I told you there's a better way to lose weight? It's called the run walk method. So, I'm Dr. Ray Peralta, run coach and physical therapist, and I've been working in the field for almost 10 years, helping runners get out of injuries, helping them improve their fitness, get faster, run for longer. And common policy with a lot of adult beginner runners is that they end up taking the sport up running and they end up getting hurt, right? They start trying to do too much too soon. They take up running, they get all excited and gun ho, but then a month or 2 months in, they end up getting hurt. They're not able to achieve their weight loss goals. They're frustrated. They're not going to doctor's visits and stuff and getting scans for their knees. So here's some facts about running, right? Running can put a lot of pressure on the body to, if you didn't know, running is high impact, right? It's high impact activities. That means when you run, there's lots of forces going through your body. To be exact, it's about 2 to 3 times your body weight, right? So if you're like a 200-pound person, that's anywhere from 400 to 600 pounds of force going through your joints in your like your foot and ankle, knee, hip, and your body has to be strong enough to handle that. But a lot of beginners are not. Their body's just not strong enough to handle the impact of running. So the run walk method, right, that I'm recommending gives you the benefits of running while reducing the risk of injury. It's sustainable, effective, and ideal for long-term weight loss. So you get the best of both worlds, right? Walking is low impact activity, right? It's only 1 to 1.5 times your body weight. So if, it's lower impact, so less stress on your body, less stress on your joints. So that means less risk of injury, allows you to recover, allows you to recover. You can actually use it as a recovery day. You just go for a walk versus, trying to run. And while running helps you burn more calories, because yes, you are going, when you run, you're going faster. So you're using more of your muscles and tissues, and your metabolism goes up a little faster when you're using running. Together, they create a balance that protects your body and keeps you moving. So when you do run walk, right, you're able to get the benefits of running, but then you can slow down and take less stress on your joints. So there's going to be reduce the risk of injuries like shin splints and knee pain. And this also helps prevent that common issue of doing what a lot of runners tend to do, which is doing too much too soon, right? And this is so common that I see in athletes, and I'm like, you just have to take it easy, and it's easier said than done. So what I recommend, all right? So one, you want to do like 5 days a week. Now, the recommended total volume should be 300 minutes a week, right? You probably heard of the recommendation, 150 minutes a week, which would be 30-minute workouts 5 days a week. But no, if you're trying to aim for weight loss, it should be actually an hour 5 days a week, at least. That's minimum. That's just like the bare minimum if your goal is weight loss. Now, in the very beginning, you could start smaller, right? You may do a 20-minute or 30-minute run walk, 20 to 30-minute run walk workout, and do the rest of the hour, because you still want to give yourself the hour, and then the rest of it do walking. And maybe you do that run walk plus walk 2 days a week, and then the other 3 days a week you do just an hour of walking. And if you're a complete beginner, this might seem like a lot. So you may have to break it up. You may have like a morning, evening, like a morning walk and an evening walk. Right, you may do or morning, afternoon, evening. Right, you may have to like spread it out throughout the day when you're a complete beginner. But as you get fitter, you could crunch it in, or it might just be more conducive for your schedule to get it all, first thing in the morning. That's fine too. But regardless, you want to again aim for essentially 300 minutes, which would be 5 hours a week. Right, so you're dedicating again 1 hour, 5 days a week to doing your run walk plus walk workouts. And they should be brisk. You should get your heart rate pumping. And then when you are doing the run walk portions of it, you'll start slow, right? But as you get fitter, you could do faster run intervals, increase the run duration. And this is going to really help you out, because to burn a pound of fat, so 1 pound of fat on your body is equal to 3,500 calories, 3,500 calories. And to do that, right? So if you were just to walk alone, let's say you're a 200-pound person, walking for an hour would just burn 243 calories. Running for an hour would burn 726 calories. So you're like, whoa, why don't I just run? The problem is that you'll end up getting hurt if your body's not used to it. Yes, as you get fitter, you can just run purely, but it's going to be safer on your body and safer on your joints to do run walk. It also helps prevent burnout, so you don't just get bored of running, right? It gives your body like a mental break, but also safer on your joints as well. Right. And if you try to just walk alone, right? So walking could be useful, but walking alone for an hour could be boring. And also it would take you longer. It will take like 2 weeks just to burn 1 pound of fat, while running takes 1 week. So now if you combine run walk, you'll kind of fall somewhere in the middle between 1 and 2 weeks, right? It may take you 8 days or whatever. But regardless, doing run walk together can give you some of the benefits of running while also the benefits of walking on your body. You can still get a nice measurable, like, week to week weight loss that will help you stay motivated. You get the benefits of running and also the benefits of walking. So, how do you structure this? When you want to get your baseline fitness, if you don't know how fit you are, there's a simple, easy test you could do. I recommend just going for the 1.5 mile run test. You could also do a 1 mile run test as well. They're both valid. I just like the 1.5 mile run test because there's easy data charts. You could compare yourself, like, oh, see how fit you are. It's called the Cooper Run Test, which is 1.5 miles, and see where you lie in your fitness level. Like, oh, are you poor, moderate, more like advanced, like you're in really good shape? But a lot of beginners aren't, and that's okay. You could build up your fitness. So, for example, if you do the running test, whether you do the 1 mile or the 1.5, like, oh, you hit a 10-minute per mile pace. So, a sample run walk interval I recommend is 40-second run, walk 20 seconds. Or maybe you're a bit slower. Maybe you average a 14-30 minute per mile pace. So, maybe you'll run 15 seconds and walk 30 seconds. And then you just do that back and forth for like a 20 or 30 minute workout. But if your body can really handle it, you can do it for like a whole hour workout. And then as you get more advanced, as you build up your fitness, you can actually start doing more days of run walk. So you don't have to do run walk only 2 days a week. You could do 3 days, 4 days, even 5 days a week of run walk as you get fitter for an hour, 5 days a week. Now, if that's too much for you, again, feel free to have more walk days, of pure walk days for your weight loss journey. And as you get advanced, you could progress from there. And then also, as you get faster, you could actually increase the run intervals. So maybe you start running for 2 minutes and only walking 30 seconds and so forth. There's different variations of run walk, and you don't, confine yourself to what you started with. As you get more comfortable, you could experiment. These are just general guidelines. I also recommend using an app so you could track your run walk intervals so you're not, here kind of struggling or guessing. And using an app or like a device, you could use like a fitness tracker or a watch. There's so many brands out there. You could program Garmin, Apple, Coros. You could actually program run walk intervals in there. Some of them have been built in. And then it'll give a beep or a vibration, so you don't have to keep looking at your watch. You can just get the notification as you're doing your workout. So common pitfalls is a lot of beginners, they try to run too fast, like especially if you're overweight, that could put you at risk for injury. So start running at your easy to moderate pace. And then as you get more fitter and more advanced, you could increase the speed, right? You don't want to go too fast right off the gate, especially like week one, right? Where you're trying to like sprint and then you do some sprints and now you tore your Achilles tendon and now you have an Achilles tendon injury. You don't want that. Another thing, or you may get like runner's knee, we call it patellofemoral pain syndrome, just because you try to do sprints right off the bat. So it's not sprint walk, it's run walk. Yes, as you get more advanced, you can have a separate sprint walk workout that is like a really advanced strategy. But what I'm saying is do run walk. And then as you get fitter, and that may take over the course of 3-6 months. It may even take over a year, especially if you're very overweight. So it's better to be safe versus trying to, do like an advanced sprinters type workout and then end up getting hurt. So it's not a sprint, it's a run. Sprinting's a bit more advanced, and then save that till you get more advanced with the run walk before you go into a sprint walk. So if you're ready to start your weight loss journey and you want it to be sustainable, check out my free training. I have a free training for runners at all different levels, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced. I help runners with preventing injuries, recovering from injuries, even with weight loss. So check out this free training. And if you're really gung-ho about working together, there's also an option to book a call. Take care.